Peter brought out his laptop. He started showing receipts, bank transactions, showed everything, explained everything. How they bought houses, how they bought cars, how his share was not coming to him, how they diverted everything that was explained on social media. He explained everything to me. Right? He went on to say how Jude took advantage of Cynthia Morgan, how he diverted her funds, everything. He told me everything. Right? Then we went to go and buy suya. We went to go and buy suya after everything he told me. Bro, the people I went there with at some point started sleeping. It was a very lengthy conversation. That is why I say some of the things he told me, he has not even put it out yet. So there are still more that I might possibly say. Now, when he told me, he now went on to say, well, the summary of all of this is that they are in court. And Jude's building, that Jude is currently building, Jude's building had been sealed by the EFCC. And very soon, those buildings will be taken from Jude and be given to him. And even Paul's Plaza, that is what it is with his money, the money that is stolen,
plaza, baby.
that they use in acquiring these properties. So he's going to get all these properties and they'll give everything to him. I was really happy for him because, to be very honest, when Peter was speaking, God bear me witness, I almost cried. Right? It's one thing to be cheated by an outsider. It's another thing to be cheated by your own family that's supposed to be looking out for you. You understand? Peter still went further to tell me about some inner things about Paul, about Jude, about their family, what had been said to him in the past, what had been said to his wife, what had been said about his kids. He shared all of this. I was like, Jude is such a terrible older brother. Terrible, terrible older brother. Anyways, towards the end of everything, he now said, as of now, Jude don't know what is coming to him. That, do I know that one of his checkmate plan against Jude is that himself and Phyno Ezebe, that they are in talk. Because Jude has also scammed Phyno over hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
That the same thing that Jude did to him, Jude has also done to Phyno. Made mention about some real estate transactions that was done between Phyno and Jude. And that when Phyno had realized that Jude scammed him, Phyno became bitter. And they spoke about it, and Phyno now agreed that he will come to court and testify against Jude. That Phyno is his key witness in the case. I say, you do this thing, reach Phyno's side again. And Phyno know the talk. To the best of my knowledge, based on what I hear about, I say, you know the talk. He's not just very chill guy where he keep to himself, like, you don't really get much friends around. So you know the talk. So even if this guy happens to, I say, you know, we even speak up. So explained to me, said Phyno is going to come out that day, and also is in talks with Cynthia Morgan. And that guy, what Jude did to that girl, that Jude is such an evil person. That if the girl done, they almost crazy. People don't know, say, don't feel
I told you. She's not uncle.
Anyways, after this whole lengthy conversation, got into the car, said bye-bye. As we were driving, me and Coco P, I sit back on the gist the matter. Everybody in the car, it's like, why Jews go do this kind of thing? What is people wicked? And to be honest, me, I've always been the Peter guy, right from time. Anybody who know me knows that I'm maybe the number one P-Square fan. There's none of P-Square song I don't know, but let's leave that by the way. Say Jude. Say now Jude caused the breakup of P-Square. Jude is such a terrible person, you know. Immediately I hated Jude, to be very honest. I hated Jude, I disliked him. Because to be honest, Jude know they really talk. And people when they know they really talk like that, sometimes they will bite you for back, you know. We drove, and I told Coco that, man, I going to reach out to Cynthia Morgan. You understand? And when I reach out to Cynthia Morgan, we are going to look for a way to get a catalog of Jude. You understand? Any problem where won't cause, we dig in. So after that, I reached out to Cynthia Morgan. I said, I heard what they did to you. You know, man, it's really, really sad that you went through all of this, you know, and blah, blah, blah. So we started talking, myself and Cynthia, we started talking, you know. Now, I went to Lagos for something else after like a few weeks. For now, me and Peter, we did talk normal for phone, you know. We did talk for phone, the vibe. We talk lengthy conversation for phone, the vibe. And I went to Lagos. As I went to Lagos, I was somewhere and Phyno was in the same place. So I went up, he said, VDM, how you doing now? You there? I said, I did. He said, your problem too much, guy. Every time problem, you know the tire, VDM, you know the tire. Drag this one, drag this one. I started laughing. I said, you know, for this country, maybe better. We go gas pumas for everything, you understand? He said, yeah, he understands, but I should be calming down, you know, that this country, I should just be calming down. You know, he was trying to advise me. So in that mood of advice, I saw an opportunity to slip in this whole conversation that myself and Peter had.
Why?
So I said,
Because Phyno is talking about
what happened to you.
his own personal stuff. So, you know, so I get something about yourself first. What about matter come my table?
No, but it's not for you to address.
I
That's
talk
not
the bring
your-
talk. Now it's for life. I talk the bring talk.
So I said, I also heard what happened to you. I was with Peter a few weeks ago. We were in Sheraton in his room.
You understand?
Coco P was there.
Like you're a correct guy. Let me
and
help
he
you.
told
You
us
know?
what Jude and Paul did to him. How Jude and Paul scammed him, took advantage of him, used the money that they got from him to buy mall and building, and they left nothing for him. And while he was sharing this story, he also mentioned your name. That Jude did the same thing to you. That Jude took advantage of you, took over hundreds of thousands of dollars from you, right? He also said that you are the checkmate of his plan. That now that they are taking Jude to court, that you would come
That
and
was
testify
wrong.
against Jude. Because you are also angry and upset at Jude because of what Jude did to you.
And I won't be saying
So
I'm
I
angry
don't
at
know
somebody.
what to
That's
say.
a girly thing to do.
One thing is this here. I want to give you a special shout out and I want to say thank you for joining Peter in this fight. Because this fight will go further to expose them and expose the evil in the hearts of men. So shout out to you again. The Phyno looks at me. And the Phyno said, what are you talking about?
No.
I said, Peter told me what happened, how Jude scammed you. He said, Jude scammed me. I said, yeah, Peter told me too. When?
Yo.
I said, Peter told me that you and him, you people are in talks. That you people have agreed that Cynthia Morgan is also a witness, and you are a witness in this case for Peter. Because you people are going to expose Jude and how Jude took advantage of you guys and make money off you guys. Right? So he said, VDM. Said yes. He said, please, can you put Peter on the phone?
Yo.
Let me hear him say this because I'm confused. Now at this point, when he said this thing,
But maybe Peter not gonna say if you see
because Phyno is
Phyno.
quite busy, as they said, and
Yeah,
there was
what's
no
it,
like
Phyno?
social media talk and all that. I felt like maybe he just wanted to just
remove
you know,
himself.
just look for a way to just disco me and go.
Hey,
But
before
then
you
again,
carry the
this point where
story
he
and
said,
go
can
talk
you
about
put
it
Peter
like
on
you're
the
doing
call?
now.
Let me hear him say this because I am confused. I said this again, I don't think there's need for that, right? If you say that if there's nothing like that, there's no problem. Because me now, I don't want it to be awkward. I don't understand. I don't know if you understand. I don't want it to be awkward. But then he insisted. He said, no, call Peter. I want to hear him say these things. As he kept on insisting, he now said, I haven't spoken with Peter in years.
Yo.
So how come I am going to court? I am a witness in their matter and all that. I've not spoken with him in years. Call him. If he says he has spoken with me, let him say it. I want to hear him say it because I haven't spoken with Peter.
Or maybe Peter is somebody I know that it's
At
not
this
possible
point,
to hold, to reach.
The whole thing just drew me like, wait till they go on here. Coco P was standing there. Coco P said they look like it. what's going on here? We dey look ourselves, we dey give ourselves eye like, what did they happen here? Abi,
You remind
he
me.
kept on insisting. He said, call him. And I said, bros, there's no need.
It's fine.
You understand? He said, well, me, nobody scammed me and I'm not going to court for nothing. I don't even know what you're talking about because I haven't spoken with Peter in years. In years. I haven't spoken with him. Then there's like somebody called him and then he said, oh, he needs to go now. And I said, very dark man. Very dark man. My own is saying, stop all this wahala when you do, you know? He just like, then I said, bros, I bet if you give me Jude number. He said, VDM, now you be investigative person. You go find Jude number where you won't find him. I beg, give me, hey, all this online thing. I beg, Mona me. Then he left. Now, this is where I got the red flag of the story. Right? Now, do you know why I'm bringing this Phyno's part? It's because when the court case started, I didn't see Phyno. Because the court case have started, they don't even reach cross-examination. I was looking out for Phyno. Do you understand? I didn't see Phyno. And this is where I now find out. It was just recently I believed Phyno. Do you understand? Because I was thinking that maybe he just talked that into disco me. But it was recently I found out when the whole court cases they go, Phyno name, they don't mention or nothing like that. I can't realize, say, for the witnesses, Phyno name no day, I can't realize, come on, something is definitely off
He
somewhere.
pulled out because when I already
Sure,
talking
you
about
understand? So that means
Think so.
now
Yeah,
I can't start
it's a
today.
key
Doubt
witness. It's
the
supposed to
whole
be
story.
private.
Guys, what means yes.
I'll take you back again. Right? I just told you how I confirmed that. You be like, say, now I can't get Jude number. I can't call Jude. I said, bros, I greet you. He said, who is this? I said, this is VDM. He said, VDM, very dark man. I said, yes. He said, what's happened? This one they call me. I beg you, no drag me. What I do this time? What's happened? What's happened? I said, bros, nothing happened. I just want to see you. He said, you won't just see me. I see me like how? Random like this. I said, bros, not just something where there. I just want to reach out to you. He said, no, where you did? I told him. So okay, we meet up. And then we met. So he sat down. And I said, bros, good deal. He said, wait up. He said, VDM, what's happened? I said, bros, to be honest, I'll go straight to the point. It's the matter of Cynthia Morgan. I had to use Cynthia Morgan's phone to start it. I said, bro, Cynthia Morgan are from my state. And to be very honest,
So those state.
the girl where don't they at the top of her game, that girl is supposed to be a very big international brand right now. But
So when you're posting you crop like this, eh?
like the way
Just
everything
not
is
small,
going.
make
And
it
the girl is talented. But first things first, the words on the street is that you stopped her from using the name that she's known with. Like you were the one that stopped her from using Cynthia Morgan. That was why she changed her name to.
I think the thing is that you are talking, you pause the stuff, apparently. Then you talk, then you play again. But then if that's the case, how did that guy get Peter stuff on this thing?
Drina. Jude said, me, Jude. I said, yes. He said, me, stop Cynthia Morgan. When? I said, that's what they are saying. He said, okay, no problem. Jude carried his phone. Take. When he gave me, in the video, Cynthia Morgan was in the car with another guy. And then that was when Cynthia Morgan said, she will no longer be answering Cynthia Morgan. That her new name is Madrina.
Hey, we saw that video
The
now.
guy now celebrated the name. He said, very dark man. I did that video. I said, no.
Maybe
He said,
you
you
called
let
her
me
in
talk for
private.
it.
No.
I said, no. I call her.
Like I told you, maybe something happened whereby if you want to drop song, as long as that name is dropping song, is my property because you're still signed to me. Then he said, oh, let me change my name. But then it didn't go through.
He said, she changed her name by herself. That he has been saying this thing for years, but he has not said anything. That she changed her name by herself. Imagine saying that he collected her name. What for? Immediately showed me that. Now, at this point, first one was the Phyno one, when he said Phyno is going to come as a witness, and Phyno saying, I don't know what you're talking about. Secondly, the story of the Cynthia Morgan, right, collecting her name. He don't debunk that one with evidence. When he did that, at this point, I can't look for waiting to hold on to. And I said,
because that thing, one thing a very dark man I like and approve. That time they say that I collect person money and do promo. When they send very fair man come. all I just did was he sent proof, and I had proof. I gave screenshots. Very fair man got even angry with that guy. You know.
Her catalog, Peter said that her catalog had generated, so this is the point where I sleep with Peter now. Then Peter said that her catalog had generated hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you are currently in possession. I said, bros, with the way where the girl they go, even if you carry smoke, if the girl small, I know see you the vex, you understand? Maybe something happened in the past, you know, now you be the record label owner. He said hundreds of thousands of dollars. I said yes. He said from where? Cynthia Morgan. I said yes. Then Jude started. He said, if I tell you how much I spent to do music video for Cynthia, that's number one. Cynthia currently, the agreement on our paper, she has not even fulfilled that. He said, I don't know what happened to that girl along the line. But anyways, talking about this catalog, let me do something for you. Very dark man, I'm willing to give Cynthia the catalog. Cynthia should apologize so that she can be earning the hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'll give it to her. I've held on this catalog for a long time, right? But I think it's now finally time to let it go. Now what you deal with me, now what you deal with me like this for my phone, I will give you the catalog. But you could call Cynthia. Cynthia should make an apology because what she said about me are lies, right? Well, at this point, I didn't like that Cynthia should apologize. And I said, you know what? VDM, I'm going to hand over the catalog to you. I know you have access to a lot of CEOs in the music scene. And you like evidence, Abby? Say yes. So I'll give you the catalog. You take it to any music exec of your choice. You give it to them. They'll bring an auditor. They'll look at the back end. They'll tell you how much Cynthia Morgan music and catalog have been able to make. If it has made hundreds of thousands of dollars, go online, cast me, and I'll pay all the money to Cynthia Morgan. That's a very big one to test people like me because I like evidence.
You understand?
So when he said that, I said, okay, no, well, I'm going to talk to Cynthia Morgan. But if what you're telling me...
Get ready for part 3. Part 3 is coming.
I don't think...
Shout out VDM, I beg. No shadow ban our stuff. You understand? You know my blood, you my blood.
So he said, first, I can give you the catalog now. I said, no, don't worry.
Oh, Milele. Yeah, part 3 is coming. Part 3 is coming. You get why?
When we now finish talking about the catalog, this was now a very perfect opportunity to talk about Peter. Since I had initially told him that Peter said that hundreds of thousands of dollars that was meant for Cynthia Morgan, that he siphoned the funds, right? So Cynthia Morgan did not get anything. So I now brought back that Peter one because I would need time to investigate the Cynthia Morgan's matter, right? So I now brought in Peter's own. And I told him everything Peter told me. Then I now told him about Phyno. And I said, Peter said, not only did you scam him, you scammed Cynthia Morgan, and you also scammed Phyno. But I didn't tell him that their plan is that Phyno is going to stand as a key witness in the case in court. I only said, bros, he said you even scammed Phyno of money. He said, Phyno. I said, yes. He laughed. He said, me, I scammed Phyno. I said, yes. Peter said, you scammed Phyno. And I said, okay. He said, this EFCC will arrest me now. I said, yes. He said, who paid me?
Phyno.
I said, bros,
I don't want to know.
It's okay. Now, Phyno, now him pay me.
Yo.
Phyno.
So maybe they get, you see,
Phyno drop.
You see, so something there between Jude and Phyno. You get it? Something's between Jude and Phyno. But if you don't settle him on the side, and if Phyno say, me, scam me, all those kind of things, like, you know.
Wouldn't just talk anything.
And you understand? And she say they get, if you say that one, so say, Phyno, I never talked to Phyno for years now. You'll be like, say, but now, Phyno bail you. His talk is somehow. And Phyno, the nice guy, I'm saying, no get time for all those issues.
Phyno said he has not spoken to
Peter, but he bailed Jude. So you see, so he don't live for some kind of, they cool with Jude. You feel me? Yeah, exactly. So you say something is off there, you know. Yo, shout out to him. Shout out to all of them.
Copy of his international passport. Phyno dropped documents to bail me. Phyno is my shorty. If I run, now Phyno they go arrest because Phyno is my shorty.
So you get it now.
He said Phyno.
There's no smoke without fire.
He told me the person's name. I should go and ask that person. That Phyno that this same Phyno, now they say it's scam. If it's scam Phyno, how Phyno won't take go bail am? I swear to God, by this time my brain just started to do what is going on here.
Because Phyno said, I've not spoken to Peter. He never said anything about Jude. Because what Phyno should have said, like, even Jude said this, that, but you see, I've not spoken to Peter in years. We seen Jude they talk. We seen Peter they talk. You understand? Then they've asked him, so you know, any scam with Jude, nothing happened to you between you and Jude.
Between you and Jude.
Nothing. You understand? But I think he just died that one down. But Peter, what if Peter they talk? I don't involve me with those things. You understand? Me and Jude, we don't sort whatever differences we get. Because maybe Peter could not bring him up, say, I go talk this thing for what do they call him, for court. I go bring Phyno matter up. You do Phyno, now go meet Phyno for back, say, hey, Phyno, take your money or take your this thing. No, we don't do okay now. My G. You understand? But Peter no, because of Peter no, they in good terms with him, brother. Because I don't spoke that
far. I've never scammed Phyno. I said, no. As a matter of fact, Phyno, you can ask him. I be part of the people where we say they encourage him that time.
So I say when Phyno asks for, when Very Dark Man asks for Phyno number, for Jude number, he say, hey, go find him, he's the investigator, go find him.
How can I scam Phyno?
Should I just give him?
At this point now.
You understand? But he just said, go and ask him in front.
Testing everything Peter had told me to know if he had his own side of the story, right? So I brought the first one. I said, okay, there's the one that Peter showed me evidence that you took this amount, Paul took this amount, and you didn't give him this amount. He said, yes, that's true. Peter did not lie. I said, okay. He said, I took this, Paul took this, Peter took his own direct. If he can give you his email, let him give you a check, you'll see there. He emailed them, he collected his money direct. And he also had his own evidence. I talk about another one. He said, Peter no buy car. So after we give him money, when he take buy car, he forget saying buy car. I'm not going to, you know what, at this point, I'm not going to say anything, right? Because it's their own story to tell. But I know why I'm saying all of these things. If I talk, he will counter. If I talk, he will counter. And he had his own evidence. Then he now brought in his own story that is deep. He started hearing stories like, before I was able to give birth to a male child, if Peter won't talk to me, Peter will attempt to say, I know be man enough, even if he born male picking.
Yo.
What did Peter tell me? You know, he also has his own angle.
Yo.
Because you're also telling him shit.
No, because of that thing, because of that thing when he talks, say, this begin to be your begin.
Hey, so we'll be getting that back and forth no
so,
what else will I insult you with?
So, but Peter, but the wrong, but Peter did not say that, and he said that.
Oh, he did not.
He did not say that. Me said also insulting him.
You're talking your story, you're talking your own pain.
And then
it's
you must
for you
say
to
it.
go DVD yourself there and talk my own part and be like, this evil boy, he must tell you that day when I said him begin do this.
You see that when some other people are talking, they will say what I said to make him say that. Now you're looking as if he's looking as if they just come and they're just doing him bad and they are treating him bad. You understand? You understand? But so if it's VDM is saying they said that, but me, I'm not like, hey, you should not involve me in anything. I don't have a spectator. I'm just observing. Yeah. You understand? But I'm just, you guys know I'm your, see now, I always say opinionated, but opinionated. I'm opinionated, guys, So I'm just for my own, perspective, I have to look.
Deep. I said, okay.
Wake up on.
Well, I hear this man, I got say, okay. I said, don't talk. For hours, it can't end with, for the catalog, when you need them, let me know. Now, to now go further to double authenticate and confirm what he had told me, I now called, what's his name? I now called Phyno again. I said, hey, how far? He said, where I did? I said, I did for Island side. He said, make I stop by in place. I called him later, I'll stop by your place. He said, no, they're around. Say, in they come around where I did. You know what? That was how it came.
And then if you don't like me, but they carry crowd.
He said, VDM, I said, I don't know. Somebody tell me, I didn't use Jude now. I said, somebody told me that
Like
now you shine
Eze,
for Jude.
like king of play, but the guy is like
exactly. And this is why when you tell me, say Peter talks like
somebody calling SIM card
against surprise because
but
you know
understand, but
never
see
scammed
me
me before. So if he scam me, why would I shine
Hey,
a shorty?
see
He said my passport
See me now, see me now.
there. I signed the shorty. Do you know the next thing Phyno told me? Phyno said, you see these brothers, you see their matter. Leave them alone.
Don't involve.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
I can never forget. He said, Paul, Peter, Jude, you see their matter, their wives, leave them alone. Eventually, they'll figure it out. That's what he said.
They always do.
Eventually, they'll figure it out. So when I checked what Jude had said, checked what Paul had said, checked what Peter
maybe
had
that's why
said,
VDM did not come out with this stuff.
there's a red flag in Peter's story, especially with the Phyno stain. I said, you know what? I said the best thing for these three people to do is to sit down in a place, not to settle. Everybody pour out their anger, blasting themselves. I think that will be the first start of everything. But now when this thing don't come media, right, is everybody, the kind of advice Phyno give me, now I will give you that. Wait. Get the three sides of the stories. It's actually a very deep matter and a very sensitive one. As you run with waiting Peter talk, I promise you, the same feeling where everybody pretty much they get, that was exactly the same feeling I had before I met Phyno. If I didn't meet Phyno, I promise you, maybe all of us video this comment section now, or they talk about this thing. It was that Phyno I met, and that's my ability, my confidence to even ask him about the whole thing. That just made me pull back a little and made me get the other side of the story. See, there's a danger in the one side of the story, and it is in this piece going on you will know. But anyways, run away with that. But now, let's now know the people that want to solve a matter, and the people that just want to talk as a sensational subject, just talk, then you go move on. This is the first step I want us to take. I can get the catalog from Jude today, tomorrow, anytime. Any independent lawyer, anybody that knows about music, I'll carry the catalog and hand over to you. Do your investigation. If Jude have taken hundreds of thousands of dollars, like Jude told me the first time, he's going to pay that money. I'm also willing to put 10 million naira of my own money for anybody. You can fly the record abroad, go and do your investigation abroad. Check it. You see, I'm an evidence-based person. I'm not a sentimental person. I don't.
It's a logical person, logical.
I still double check for some reason, and I'm waiting God until He saved me for the longest. I will ask. I will make sure I do my own findings, so that if I did talk, I will feel talk 100%. Bro, you know, this thing, I have the knowledge of the whole story since last year. It's a juicy story where we bring views, bring likes. Oh, I didn't bother myself because it's deeper than what you see. So you honestly believe that Peter does not have his own blame? Peter is hurt, he feels betrayed. Paul is hurt, he feels betrayed. Jude is hurt, he feels betrayed. Peter's wife is hurt. Paul's wife is hurt. Jude's wife is hurt. Their children are hurt. What is the public doing? I'm not saying you should not. But you see this issue of condemnation, it's really going to be hard. You have to really be diplomatic. But first of all, let's investigate, all of us. The catalog is there. I don't tell Cynthia Morgan, come take catalog. Cynthia Morgan no agree. They say me should apologize that time, but there's no need. Everything I said in my previous video, Cynthia Morgan have not been able to counter anyone till tomorrow. I was speaking with a lawyer. The lawyer said, hey, talk about the catalog. I said, the catalog is ready anytime. I can't even remember. Did I even give him? I think I even gave him. Did I? I can't remember. I'll check my phone again.
Oh, he has the catalog.
Do you understand now? The fact are deep. I just like Phyno want me that time. He said, see these brothers? Be careful. Leave them. But now, what is happening now? My friend Short Scott came yesterday. He said, "Waiting, they are going to P Square now." He say they are finding their way back. Maybe not to come back together as P Square, but maybe to finally find the root of their problem after many years. But one thing is this: all of you might later end up being wrong with the way I wanted to post Jude everywhere, call and devil, post Paul, call and devil, post this one, call and devil. When I go Jude wife, comment section, devil, wicked, this one, that one. You might all regret it. Just the way I regretted it the first time. When I start to they tell me, when I start to see the other side. And like I said, all of them pretty much have their own evidence. They all have evidence. I'll tell you that for free. They all have evidence. And again, there are some people that have been dedicated on social media to say, very dark man, because some of them don't really talk. A very dark man is there to whitewash. He's going to come and whitewash Jude. Bro,
Whitewash, is that Baba?
the only reason why you always feel like I whitewash people is because I must bring evidence to what I am saying. Or the people who they talk about, they will still be alive and they still get mouths to defend themselves if I be lie or not. The reason why they always talk these things because all of them, crowd mentality, bandwagon. If you don't go, that's a pool. If person go talk against, drop. Maybe wait till 1 year with that.
I swear.
I swear.
It's the same thing that happened with me and this thing. When I'm talking about South Africa and Nigeria.
Want to hear. So for that reason, why is he saying what we don't want to hear? Is that enemy? That's what you people have always. It's happened during Mohbad's time. Until today, where are we on that matter? There's nothing I told you in that matter that has not happened. There's absolutely nothing. I told you Naira was innocent. Till today, Naira is innocent. You're just
Oh my guys, I don't hear them now. There's still a new one. Because there's a mention of Peter Okoye in court. But this is something for another day. Peace out.
Shout out.
We're in the building.